Namaste. This is a continuation of circular issued on 23rd August, that is ACAT 73 2024, regarding the new textbooks and teaching learning materials. The NCERT advisory for schools, we have seen the part 2. Now we are moving towards part 3. And I just started it in the last video and I could not complete it. Sorry for that. Here, attaining learning standards, the schools must ensure that they understand and work towards achieving the learning standards set out in the NCF-SE 2023 for grade 3 and 6. The new textbooks for grade 3 and 6 have been developed to help achieve these learning standards. Based on the aims of education, the NCF-SE 2023 has set clear and specific learning standards that specify intended educational outcomes of the curriculum, and that is curricular aims for each school subject that are to be attained by the end of the schooling. The curricular goals for each school subjects are to be attained by the end of each school stage. These curricular goals give direction to curriculum development and implementation in order to achieve curricular aims. So, curricular aims, curricular goals, and competencies for each school subjects are specific learning achievements that are observable and can be assessed systematically. So, competencies are observable and assessed systematically. They are directly derived from each curricular goal and are expected to be attained by the end of the school stage. Summative assessments at the end of each stage schooling should be based on these competencies. So, competencies are observable and assessed systematically. At the end of the summative assessments, we can understand what competency the child has achieved. That is why the end of the school stage, they will understand that the child is fluent in a particular language. He can fluently speak, she can fluently speak. And so, fluency can be taken as a competency or driving. Isn't it? Each learning may lead to competency that we used to say. She is or he is a competent teacher. He is a competent orator, like that. That way, a competent doctor. So, that may competency is very important in the life, especially in the occupation. So, summative assessment, each summative assessment at each stage of schooling, the child should achieve the competencies prescribed in the learning standards. And all this leads to specific learning outcomes. So, aims, goals, competencies leads to specific learning outcomes. For each grade are granular milestones of learning and usually progress in sequence leading to attainment of each competency. Learning outcomes help teachers to plan their content, pedagogy, and assessments towards achieving specific competence. So, each grade they are getting small type of milestones, and at the end, that they are getting the specific learning outcomes through the content, pedagogy, assessment towards achieving the specific competencies. So, I have showed already the part A and chapter 1 to 3, and then part C 1 to 9. I told you it is in that book. It is given part B as chapter 1 to 9. Then schools must then coming using varied assessment activities. Schools must ensure that the appropriate assessment is used when implementation of the new textbooks in the classroom. Implementing the new textbooks in the classroom. This has a very important role to play in shifting the focus from rote memorization to conceptual understanding. The following are some of the important assessment points based on NCF-SE 2023. Assessment should measure achievement of competency and learning outcomes leading to attainment of curricular goals. So in order to achieve a curricular goal, it should achieve the competency and it should achieve the learning outcomes. Then second point is that assessment must be ongoing process. It should be a continuous process within the teaching learning process. This helps both teachers and students understand and improve their work. This should not become an intimidating process that involves fear or labeling or segregation of students. It's continuous work, and it should not be a threatening work like that. Multiple methods of assessment like written test, oral assessment, project work, group assignment should be used. Timely, credible and constructive feedbacks to students with information on what has worked well and what areas might need improvement and how this can be achieved. It is critical. Then for grade 3, assessments are combination of observation. So especially for grade 3, it is mentioned that assessments are combination of observation of students. Yes. In the foundation stage, observation is given more important regarding assessment. No explicit test. And so they are based on observation, how the children is learning through toys, whether the children are sharing their toys, whatever their perspective regarding the fun, or are they evolving the team of work, are they evolving with the other children or the peer group, like that. Observation of students' activity, connecting their worksheet, and short, formal, oral and written evaluation. Periodic summative assessment could supplement the more frequent formative assessment. Yes, you just go and take that square type of toy or a square board, or you just take the globe, you just take the round shaped particular object, so and the green color, yellow color. So from that you are observing whether the child able to understand the color, whether the child is able to understand the shape, like that. It should be evaluated. Short, formal, oral, written evaluations. Periodic summative assessments could also supplement the more frequent formative assessment. So more frequent formative assessment and summative assessment. So we are talking about how the test should be done in grade 3. And for grade 6 is concerned. Why grade 3? New textbook, and grade 6 new textbook according to the National Curriculum Framework. How NCF is implemented from the NEP. NEP implementing through NCF. So for NCF implementation, grade 3 new textbook and grade 6 new textbook, and assessment starts to become more formal and explicit. Yes. From grade 6 onwards, assessment become more explicit and formal. The focus should be on specific ways of reasoning within each subject and not primarily on recall of facts. Formal tests and examinations play a role with the expectation that students can process larger chunk of information together for analysis and synthesis. So formal tests are there, small periodic tests, pen paper test, and also small oral test can be there. So this at last led to a summative assessment. Formative assessment techniques such as projects, debates, presentation, experiments, investigations, role plays, journals and portfolios. All these are parts of multiple assessments. All these are parts of internal assessment that about 20 marks that should be used to assess learning. Practical tests and projects should also be introduced. So please see part A, chapter 3, part C, chapter 1 to 9 and NCF-SE 2023 for further details. Thank you all. Yes. So we came across the August 23rd circular in detail, or August 23rd circular in detail, part 1, part 2, part 3. I have explained already. So thank you for listening this. Thank you all.